Hey everybody, Steve Vigil here again with another video for you about private lending, being a passive investor. A great position to be in. I think if you can get there in life, what a great place to be. As many of you know, we've been able to be very fortunate in our real estate investing career to have used many passive investors to fund all of our deals. It's been a great position to be in, and it's also allowed us to be in the position of being the lender and participate in other people's deals as well. And it's also allowed us to create other new programs that we do to put more money to work for our passive investors. It's been a really strong, powerful tool for us, and I want to share my knowledge with you because I think it's important that you know what to do, especially if you want to be a passive investor. Just give you some of the insight of how I see it, the way I think about it, our philosophy on it. I think it's so important to find honest and ethical people to work with. We want to make sure that we're putting our money to work so we're going to make money, not lose money, and do the best we can. Now, obviously, there's no guarantees out there. It's investing. It is what it is. But the more educated we are, the better decisions we can make, and that's really what's really important. So let's get going on this education here. Let me share my screen real quick. And this one is making private lenders' job easy. Now, this is something that we just, it was something that we thought about in the beginning, trying to get when we were the borrower and we were trying to attract passive investors to want to work with us. Now, we did a lot of things to get out in front of people, to show them who we were and show them the kind of business we did. But once we started actually finding some lenders, it was important for us to make their job easy. The easier we could make our private lender's job, the more we felt that they would want to do business with us. It also showed them the more professional we were and attracted them to coming back to us. So that was really, really important to us. And so I just want to share a few things here of some of the things that we do for our passive investors when we're on the borrower side. And if you're on the borrower side or the lender side, you should think about this because it works either way. It just depends on what you're going to do, depending on which side of the fence you're on, whether you're the lender or the borrower. But our goal is to have our passive lenders work as little as possible on every single deal. We don't want our lenders to have to do anything except the important things. There's a few things that they have to do, but other than that, we want to do all the hard work. So we send our lenders a one-page layout or one-page report of the deal. So when we've got an opportunity for a lender, we write out the deal. Actually, I write out the deal because I'm generally the one out that have looked at the property, know the numbers, and so I'm going to put all that down. I've got a little form I fill out and put all that information down on there. And then we have an email that we have set up that we fill all that out and send it to that potential private lender to see if they are interested in this opportunity. I lay everything out. I've laid, I'm going to have the address of the property, the company that's buying it, which entity we're putting it in, the ARV, the purchase price, the repairs, just all this basic information. And if it's a lender that we haven't worked with or haven't worked with very often, most of the time I also will include in that my comps of the property, and all the way down to what our exit strategy is going to be. I mean, just give them all that information, try and lay a very good, clear picture out for whoever that potential lender is that we're presenting the opportunity to. And it also makes them, they can look through this, and it helps them to make a very educated, simple decision on whether they want to move forward on that opportunity. And in some cases, if they need to go and have my information verified by someone else, then I've got all the information there to show them that when they come back, they know that whoever they go off to double check the information I'm giving them it comes back and they know that my numbers are dead on. So that's how we start off the process. Then once we have one of our lenders decides that they want to move forward on the opportunity, well, then there's some additional things that have to be done. So in our case, and it may be different for other people, but in our case, we have an attorney's loan doc questionnaire that needs to be filled out. Now, bearing in mind, the attorney is working for our lender, not for us. But if we have a good relationship and we already know this lender very well, we will get that questionnaire filled out on their behalf. Once we get this filled out, then we send that questionnaire to our lender to check it. Make sure everything we have down is on the questionnaire is what we agreed on. Make sure our terms are correct, the purchase price, the loan amount, all that information is put on this questionnaire. Once you, Mr. Lender, approve that, then we send that to the attorney to write up the documents. Once our attorney gets done with the documents, he sends those documents back to us and we check them. Not our lender yet, we're checking them. And once we check them, we've corrected any mistakes, then we send it again to our lender to look at it, verify everything, and approve everything if they like it. Then if it's approved, then it goes back to the attorney and then it goes to the title company. And at that point, we're working on wiring money and closing dates. But we've taken most of that work from our lender and we're doing that legwork for them. They're still checking it and approving it, which they must do, but we're taking the hard work out of it for them, making it as easy as possible. And then with all of our deals, no matter what, when we're the borrower, we make sure that we pay all the fees that need to be paid. So if we're using a private lender and we're using their IRA money, then we're going to pay their fees to use that. That's just something that we do. We feel it's very important to do that. We don't want our lender to worry about that or think about any of that stuff. And so, really our goal in all of this process is the only thing that we want our private lenders doing is approving and signing off on the paperwork once we have made sure everything is correct. And the same is going to go on the back end of it. If it's a deal that when we're closing that deal, whether we're going to be flipping it or refinancing it out for a rental property, we are going to be doing the payoff statements and sending it to our lender to approve the payoff statement once we have put all that hard work in and gotten all that down on paper. The easier we make it for our lenders, the more they like working with us. They also see how professional we are and how much we keep control of our deals. One of the things I didn't mention that we also send all of our lenders, once we have the deal closed, is we send them a payment schedule. Now, Suzan in accounting, she started doing that payment schedule years ago just for her to keep track of it. And it's like, well, why don't we just send that to our lenders as well so they can keep track as well? And so it's a very good system that works very easy, simple for both sides. It's not that hard to do if you have it set up in the first place. So it's really important, like I said, to make sure that we are doing all the work that we can for our private lenders to make their job as easy as possible. Remember, at the end of the day, all we want them to do is to approve and sign off on the paperwork once it is completed. That's a great thing to do. But like I said, our attorney is doing the work, and I say our attorney, but bear in mind that attorney works for the lender, not for us, the borrower. So, even though we're handling that, we're handling on behalf of our lender. But we all have a great relationship. We all work with the same attorneys. And so that's why we're able to do that. So, as you build these relationships, make sure that, you're working with lenders that know your lenders that know you and attorneys that know each other. It will help the process tremendously if you can get in that situation. So wanted to give you some great education on that. And this is exactly what we do every single time. But get in front of your attorneys on this. Always check with your accountants. If you need accounting advice, because I'm not an attorney or an accountant, but guys, and some more education for you. This is exactly how we do it. If I'm giving you some good education, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up, give us a like, hit our notifications. Make sure that you share our YouTube channel with all your friends. Send them to us. If there's some more education that you want that I haven't been able to give you, or you have questions about something that I'm talking about, please let me know, and I will be happy to, if I need to do another video with education on something else that I'm not thinking about, let me know, and I'll be happy to do that. So until we see you again on the next video, have a great day.